Hello. I'm not entirely sure how much of the footage leading up to this point I'm going to show because I have at this point fretted and then unfretted this guitar. It went horribly wrong. I'd made a mallet. Look at that. Bed knob broodstick. But after I'd finished fretting it, it looked like a caveman with a rock had been bashing away at it. So I'm going to do it again. But now I have more appropriate tools. I have a plastic bangy hammer. And this time I'm going to make sure I make the slot depth correct because I've now got a whatever that's called, a stop, a physical hard stop on there. And I also got hold of a squeezy clamp thing for putting in frets. It only came with one radius, and it's 12 inches, and my fretboard is 10 inches. So I'm going to have to re-radius that. But yeah, you put in your bit and then squish it together. And hopefully that's going to come up with a much better result. Let's try it. I said, seriously, look at it. But that's okay, because when it's cold and icy outside, I give the kids this one to go and bash up the ice. And now they're going to have two. First, we're going to bring the radius from 10 to 12, which hopefully is going to remove material from the middle and not the edge and ruin the dots. And hopefully you're not going to stare at my nuts too much. Let's get this done. Pencil mark. Let me know how it's going.
I still get chills listening to this song. It's one of the few songs where I actually have kind of forced to at an early age listen to the lyrics by my brother.
Right, radius sanded. I've sanded it smooth up to 240. Let's get these slots recut. Right, so I've been playing with the new toys. This thing, I've had to do a fair amount of calibration on it to make sure we know how where this is going to land, how far in and out the block that attaches to the bottom of the clamp goes. It is quite fiddly, but I think it's going to be more foolproof. Having done a test. Yeah, having done a test on this old Stratocaster neck, it seems to work okay. It's also quite annoying because you have to have this in tight enough so it doesn't fall off. But also, you don't want it to turn as you tighten this up. Otherwise, it's just going to turn. It's a balancing act I need to master. And here we go. Would it fly up and hit me in the face? No, that's the back of my head probably. That looks good. Let's keep going then. And that went really well. Apart from this bastard here at the 7th. But I think one of the tangs got bent over. So I'm going to look see if I've got a replacement or if I can do something about that. Right, so before I handle it anymore, let's tame the ends with a pair of clippers and a file. Right, well I need to grind down the end of one of these to get a much closer cut when I do that again. I have got my disc and belt sounder, which I could use, but until I'm happy to carry it outside, I think it would be a recipe to start a fire in here. So next I need to file down the sides. Right, we've snipped off all the ends. I've filed them flat and then beveled them slightly with this, which we'll finish off later. I decided it would be an excellent idea to fill the ends with super glue, which went everywhere. Took a day to clear up and scratch and lots of scraping between the frets with this guy. And then there was the clumsiest moment in the world where I managed to file the top of this fret here. So yeah, got some more cleaning up to do there as well. So yeah, we're done there. And then I decided I would install a nut. And you can see here I've previously scored 2 lines. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to measure that. And it's completely out. So then I accused my template of being wrong, but it's not wrong. I have no idea what I was doing when I was drawing those lines. So I need to draw those back in and then cut the nut. And that's the fret slot cut. Ah! So that goes in there. And using a very experimental height check, i.e., does it clear the first fret before touching the first? Shall I say that again? Does it clear the first fret by touching the second? In this case, just about. So I might need to pad it out again, but yeah, we're done. Ends all snipped off. I've sanded it all down to 240. I was just rubbing it down with white spirits, and I thought, I haven't done one of those shots people do where you make wood wet and see it change colour. So let's do that. Ta-da! It's going to look really nice, I think. So I'm doing this to get all the dust off, and then I can apply some finish, and then we can marry this to the body. Hurrah! On the neck I'm going to use some Osmo Poly-X, which I used to great effect on this guitar here, not the purple bit, on this oak body before, so I'm quite happy that it works well. I'm going to go for the time-honoured smear it on, leave it, rub it off, wait method. And to apply it, it's a non-abrasive abrasive pad, something like that. And you could use a tissue or a foam brush, but those things tend to fall apart at the first sign of resistance, unlike one of these. And then can come back in 10 minutes, rub it all off. One coat on and it feels great. I waited the 8 hours and that's, yeah, really nice. I'm going to about to do a second coat and I'm out of those little scarab pads I talked about, so there's some old pants. Right, happy with the neck. I really like the way Beech looks as a fingerboard actually. So that's looking nice. And I'm going to apply finish to the body now. I'm 100% sure I've forgotten to do something. But it doesn't matter, because I'm going to use an oil finish, so if it goes wrong, we do it again. I'm not going to use the Osmo on the body because, well, there's a special Osmo fin for woods like this, I think, and I haven't got that, so I'm going to just use Danish oil for now. I think I've sanded it well enough. We'll soon find out when I've applied the oil, and it will highlight every single scratch. But that's okay. Just an oil. And for the Danish oil, I've usually got too much Wilco cheapo brand. So we'll use that. But I just realised I need to clean the body off first. Which sounds a bit serial killer, but that's and that seriously brought out some of the nastiness in this wood, which is at this point what we're going for. But... right, I need to keep scrubbing that. So that's coat number 1. Well, it's not. That's going on. And that's my oily rag going away. So I'll leave it to soak in for a bit and then I'll just rub it completely off. And then I'm going to keep doing that throughout the day. Right, and now comes the time to marry these two pieces together and call it a guitar. It was my original intention to glue this joint. I'm not worried that it's only been glued on one surface had this not been this wood. I don't know what it is. It might be oily, it might not take glue well, so I'm going to go for bolting again. I'm trying to be a bit more methodical this time. Because normally it's measure it up, clamp it together, and I'm trying to drill through both sides and it goes crazy. So what I'm going to try and do is actually deal with the holes in the back of this first and then sort it all out. I borrowed the idea from Sad Fernando Guitars, which is not how you say that, but anyway. And I'm going to clamp these either side of the neck, and then I can use that to project these lines down the body perfectly, if it's clamped in, to then work out where it should go. That's the idea. Anyway, first I'll deal with the holes in the back of the neck, the body. Yeah, I'm just kind of rebuilding using wood chips and super glue the bit that chipped out here. One reason I don't like doing bolt-on necks is I think something's chipped out every time I've done one. Right, 1-800 Pro repair. I'll have to re-oil this bit here, but that's fine. And on we go. So, what I intend to do is wing it, but the idea is I will move this to the edge of here, in a position where I can get significant clampage. So, because I'm planning to be drilling from underneath. I then intend to get something to balance the neck on. This chair would be good. I then intend to find something to make that the right height. Okay, somehow that's perfect. I would then clamp the 2 aluminium bars to the neck for alignment. Then clamp the neck accurately in place. None of these clamps actually reach over these bars. I've got some bigger metal ones, but they might drag it out of position. I wonder if I can just... Right, I've clamped the guitar to the workbench so it doesn't move around when I try and drill up. Neck is in position. And now I would drill it and secure the first 2 neck bolts. Or screws as they're called. And now I will gradually declamp it and hope it looks aligned and doesn't fall to pieces. Moment of truth. Need to tighten these up around the back, but that feels like a guitar. I should probably learn how to play. Okay, so we shall leave it there. I think there's going to be one more video where I assemble the electronics and see if it actually sounds like a guitar. If you've been following along, you know there's other people doing a build with what you've got challenge. That's not what it's called. Lockdown guitar, whatever. Check out the links in the description to find who they are. It actually looks like a guitar.